Made to Stay, helping seniors stay in their own homes as long as they can safely do so. In April of 2014, we were watching NBC Nightly News where Brian Williams was interviewing his in-laws who are part of a village organization called Staying Put in New Canaan, which is located in New Canaan, Connecticut. The village movement is a nationwide movement which is sweeping the country. The villages are virtual villages. There are currently over 200 open villages with another 150 that are in the process of starting. Their goal is to allow seniors to age in place. We had observed many needs in our community and felt that the creation of a village in McCracken County might hold the answer. In June of 2014, a leadership team of 2 couples was formed to look into the community needs and the response of the community to the idea of establishing a village here in McCracken County. There was overwhelming support for the idea, so the Made to Stay Village was formed, and the goal being to enable seniors 55 and older and disabled adults in McCracken County to remain in their own homes as long as they can safely do so. In January 2015, we began taking our first members, with our volunteers providing the services they needed. Miss Georgia was one of our first members, and she was a sweetheart. Made to Stay provides transportation for seniors and disabled adults who can no longer drive. Over 90% of what we do is transporting our members to doctor's appointments, grocery, hair appointments, or wherever they need to go. Some of our members need us to shop for them. We help with small home repairs, such as changing light bulbs, moving furniture, and help with electronics. Our volunteers are an outstanding group of very kind and giving individuals. They have chosen to use some of their very precious time to help those who have a need. Our volunteer coordinator works by phone and internet to connect members who have a need with a volunteer who is available. She posts the needs of our members each week on our website, and our volunteers can pick and choose what they want to volunteer for. Volunteers are not committed or assigned to anything. The volunteer decides what works for them and their schedule. Our members are so appreciative of everything that our volunteers do.
For me, Made to Stay has been a grace that I never had before. The idea that you could call somebody and request something and have them show up immediately and help you was completely new to me. It not only helped in saving personal time, but it helped in general overall ways. Not only does Made to Stay help on those things that I request, they also help with their own suggestions. For instance, I bought a table over the internet to attempt to cut down on my shopping. Well, the table arrived and it was a chore just to get it unwrapped. It had so much plastic and cardboard. It took me about 3/4 of an hour just to get it ready to be put together. As I was coming home from grocery shopping, a Made to Stay volunteer noticed the table and parts all over the living room and suggested maybe I need some help putting it together. Well, frankly, I never even thought about it, asking them for assistance of that kind. Anyway, a couple of days later, somebody from Made to Stay came over and assembled the table. It was a great help. Oh, one of the things about Made to Stay that I find so helpful is the fact that they not only take you places like a doctor, a bank, or grocery shopping, but they wait for you while you're there. This eliminates a lot of dead time that I had before when I was taking a taxi or something like that.
Well, here at Starfish, we try to help children in need, and as my grandmother aged, she was getting to where she could not care for herself, and I was doing more and more for her, and I know that bothered her. And when Made to Stay came in and was able to help, then it took a lot off of me, and that enabled me to do more here for children. And it gave my grandmother a peace of mind that she wasn't as a burden, to me and my family. And it was just such a blessing to have Made to Stay. And I think it gave her more confidence, and it gave her companionship. It enabled her to stay at home by herself a lot longer than she would have otherwise.
Well, Made to Stay has been a godsend for our family. My parents are quite immobile right now and are unable to drive, and it's a peace of mind for us to know that they have a service that provides transportation to their medical appointments, shopping, recreational activities. The team of Made to Stay are volunteers that we can depend on, that are kind and considerate and concerned about your family members.
Made to Stay is wonderful. It's the most wonderful organization in McCracken County. It takes people like me to the doctor, the drugstore, beauty shop, so on and so forth. And I used to wonder how I could get there. My sister and I would be in a nursing home or assisted living if it wasn't for Made to Stay.
The organization is a group that provides an opportunity for seniors who are no longer driving to be able to stay in their homes. So the volunteers are needed to transport people to various places, like maybe the grocery store, like to doctor's appointments or other medical appointments, to maybe the barber shop or the beauty shop, just things like that. And I usually volunteer once or maybe twice a week unless I'm out of town or sick. But it is such a blessing to get to meet the members and to know that you're doing something valuable for them, and they're so grateful, and really make you feel good about what you're doing. And it's very pleasant to chat with them and learn a little bit more about them and their lives and their backgrounds.
We hope you will consider joining our Made to Stay team as a volunteer or a member. Let's make Paducah, McCracken County a better place to live.